Welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today, guys, we're going to have a look at the new Void Legendary Champion that was added to the game. Or better said, it will be added to the game in a couple of days because currently I am on the test server. So I have access to all of the new champions and I am talking about the new Sylvan Watcher's Void Legendary Champion. And let me just quickly butcher her name. Yncensa Grail Bearer. I really like the design on this champion. I feel like she looks really badass. I'm digging the style. She is a support champion, guys. Void Affinity. Now, is she really a Void Legendary or she's just pretending? Pretty good base stats. A bit low on the HP and the defense for a support champion. 110 speed. Not the craziest speed either. 30 resistance, 20 accuracy. The A1 is an AoE attack with a chance to put decrease attack. And the ally with the highest crit damage will join with the basic skill to attack the enemy with the lowest HP. This is actually a really nice basic skill. Then you have the A2, which is a crazy good skill. Now, I know a lot of you guys probably will ask, can you spread the poison cloud? No, you should not be able to spread that, guys. But you never know if there's a bug in the game. So this is on a 3-turn cooldown. Places a poison cloud buff. For whoever doesn't know what poison cloud does, if you guys do Hydra, you have the Head of Blight that will put the toxic cloud on all of the heads. You won't be able to land debuffs. You won't be able to hit with crit or regular hit. They're all going to be weak hits. You're not going to be able to remove buffs. You're not going to be able to do any of those crazy things. Now, of course, if you are running gear sets, if you're using champions that do not actually attack when they're debuffing, that's still going to be good against the poison cloud. Then you're getting increased speed. And you're getting 2 continuous heal buffs on the target ally for 2 turns and fills the target's turn meter by 50%. 50. That is a lot of turn meter, guys. 50, right? Pretty disgusting. Then you have the A3. AoE attack on a 3-turn cooldown. Attacks all enemies. Will put defense down and weaken. And will ignore block, debuffs, buff. Very good, for example, in the Hydra, where you have the Head of a Rat that will get immunity on himself. You're still going to be able to debuff that. And the good thing is that even for PvP is going to be strong. Now, of course, Polymorph exists, so that kind of like puts this champion a bit down on the PvP part. But being able to land the defense down and weaken through immunity is very strong. I feel like the only champion that can do that is Baron, if I'm not mistaken. The passive increases this champion's accuracy by 10 for each buff on each enemy. And whenever an enemy receives a buff, their turn meter is decreased by 10%. So you want to have accuracy on this champion, mainly for this passive, guys. Very important. And of course, you have an accuracy aura for all battles. But let me just quickly show you the build, and then we're going to take her in for a test drive. Yncensa. So I have her built on a stone skin. I have her built on an impulse set. Total stats, guys. I need to make her faster, honestly, if I kind of like really want to get the most out of her. But at the same time, I want to keep her on stone skin. So we have 53k HP. 2.5k attack, which is irrelevant, 3.6k defense, 333 speed, 573 accuracy. The main idea is an impulse set is actually super strong. If by any chance you have accessories for her from the stone skin and to give her 2 impulse sets to get the speed and a chance to decrease the cooldown of that A2 to be able to use the poison cloud on more allies is going to be absolutely busted, you know. And these are the masteries, defense, and support. Yeah, Eagle Eye, you want to get lasting gifts. I still haven't noticed if we can actually increase the duration of the buff. Probably we cannot, but hey, who knows? First, we're going to try her in Arena, guys. Then we are going to try her in Hydra Clan Boss. Now, I wish I would have better defense teams to test these champions for you guys. But unfortunately, that's what we have on the test server. So if any of you guys, content creators that have access to the test server, in the name of God, please put a defense that is viable in 2024. Because I feel like I'm back in time to 2020. Please. What is Armans? Everybody's using freaking Armans. Can we get an Armans in here, please? We want to try these champions properly versus the current meta. So leaving that on the side, let's see. We finally found an Armans. I feel like Buzur actually heard me. So there we go. Very good thing from Buzurin here. Let's see how well we are going to be able to counter the Armans with her. Now, keep in mind, Armans does not attack with A3. He will still be able to polymorph, even though we have that toxic cloud. I'm pretty convinced, but I really want to try it out to kind of like make sure that is an actual thing. So let me just quickly see what champions I can bring in here. I want to block the revive on that Wukong. She has gear. Great stuff. I was not sure if she has any. I'm going to bring Arbiter. And that Georgid is pretty risky. So I'm going to bring in my Armans as well. And like this, we should be able to kind of like run it down, hopefully. I'm not sure if he's faster than me or no. Possibility. Yeah, okay. My Arbiter is not that fast, though, so I just kind of like wanted to check it out. So I feel like right now I should control them just for a little bit. You know, I don't want them all to just completely wreck me. So I'm gonna leave it like this. Then I'm not going to do anything too crazy. I gotta keep in mind that if I'm ally attacking, if I'm using the A1, she's going to ally attack, right? So that's very important. Now, Armans will always go for the lead, so let's give that to Arbiter. So what I want to do now is block the revive on one of his damage dealers, and that would be Wukong because he's annoying. And I want to leave that Armans. He's probably going to use the A2. I still have one stack on Arbiter. Hopefully, he's going to go for the A3. Or hopefully he gets enough Thermiter to do that, you know. I don't wanna attack with the A1 because she will ally attack on Armans. Okay. You see? So he removes the buffs. I'm pretty convinced that Arbiter still had them on, if I'm not mistaken. So he removes the buff, the Toxic Cloud, and he still puts Polymorph on. As expected. I was pretty convinced that will be the case, honestly. Okay, so let's see if we are able to get another turn with her before. Okay, not just yet. We still have one turn. Come on. I need that Arbiter to revive. Oh. I mean, no matter what I'm doing now, she's dead. Okay. So I need to come back to it. I'm trying not to lock them, you know, because then Armans won't be able to do his things. And there we go. We have Jacob on. He has a freaking Armans too. Thank you. Muchas gracias, senor. Big shout out to Jacob. Make sure you guys check him out. The Spanish content creator. Show him some love because he knows how to put a good defense team in here. Now, if we're going against this team with the same format, I'm a bit worried that if we are hitting reaction on that Narcissus, it's going to be game over for our team, guys. So I'm trying to think, what should we do? I don't want to lock them out. That's my main problem. I cannot lock them out because that will cause me issues. Let's go in like this. We might get clapped. I want to see basically what we can do with that. So he's going to try to go for Arbiter. That's for sure. I'm going to polymorph Narcissus. You know what? Let me just do that. Okay, so he got no Thermiter from my Arbiter. He was not able to stun her either, and that's, of course, because of the Toxic Cloud. And that's something that we know, which is very, very good. So let's not increase the Thermiter. Let's avoid to do that, because I want the Armans to use the A3 on my Arbiter right now. Okay, come on. Okay, yeah, so he can remove it and place the ship. So as expected, that's exactly what I thought that Armans can do. I just wanted to show you this as well to be crystal clear, to know exactly that it's not like it's gonna break Armans or anything like that. It's still pretty much the same sort of situation. So can we one shot that Duchess with her? I do have a decent build. Not even close, man. Clarion, buff this mythical because she is awful. Yeah, she is awful. I like this. I do love this. Putting that defense down and weaken on them, even though they have immunity, I think is very, very solid. But I feel like that Narcissus is about to just absolutely destroy us right now. There's no way in hell I'm going to survive. There's no way in hell I'm going to get enough Thermiter. So it's basically game over, yeah. Okay. But I just wanted to kind of like show you what she can do versus Armans. It's good to counter the A2, bad to counter the A3. You're not going to be able to do that. I do think you can use her in many different ways as well. So, for example, let's just try to go maybe against a different team that does not have Armans in there, and they have a good damage dealer that might not. There we go. So we got El Piero right here. We have a Taras in there. So I do want to show you a different way on how you could potentially use her to your own advantage. So I'm gonna risk it for that chocolate biscuit and try risk it for that polymorph. But basically, this time around, we are going to keep our champions alive from Taras. So Taras, because we're not going to lock him out, he will basically A3 us, okay, which will be a lot of damage. I don't even want to boost the turn meter because most of my champions will go in front. So I'm just going to go A1 with her. I can always polymorph somebody in here. And yeah, let's do that, Duchess. That's fine. So right now, I want to keep my support alive. And this is a way on how you can actually use the champion. You give her that Toxic Cloud. And by the way, the masteries, I do think they do not increase the duration of the Toxic Cloud. No, because that's you placing it for 3 turns, and she's just instantly taking a turn by the looks of it. So no, you cannot actually increase it. Or actually, yes. Yes, you can, because it's for 2 turns. If I'm not mistaken. Okay, I'm kind of like lost a bit with that part, but that's fine. Come on, Taras, are you gonna take a turn today, or you're just going to bait us here? So let's... no, I don't want to do that. You see? So Taras dealt no damage versus my Arbiter, even though he killed the other 2. It's mainly because of the Toxic Cloud, you know? And that's a very good way on how you can actually use the champion to counter damage dealers. Georgids and all the rest of them can be easily countered by this thing, you know. So let's give him some pain link. If he decides to damage us, he can feel our wrath. Right now we can do this, which is amazing, right? Defense down, weaken on them. Of course, if they don't have Stone Skin, we can take some of their turn meter and actually try and win this fight. You know, if it's not too much to ask. Let's try to remove that Stone Skin, maybe. Beautiful. Now, the problem is that we don't have Burn to actually deal a lot of damage, but we still managed to get that Duchess down. Taras just went down because he decided to go against Gizmek. So right now, Gizmek is in trouble, right? I'm going to give him Toxic Cloud. I'm going to give him the healing. And yes, you can extend the Toxic Cloud with masteries. So you can have it for 3 turns. It's crystal clear this time around, even though I missed it for the previous couple of times where I was kind of like, did it happen? It didn't. What have I saw there, you know? But it does work, which is good. It's good. So getting those masteries on will actually be beneficial. There's no point to do that because we cannot attack UDK because of the Veil. So right now, I can always swap back to that form, get some burns on them, and slowly just wipe them off after, gain an extra turn. Detonate that, increase the duration, put a decreased speed. Join in the attack. Not a lot of damage because the hit seems like it went to UDK, even though kind of like supposed to go straight to Pythian. We got Polymorph now, no problem. No problem. We're gonna come out of that. So I do think that she can be very interesting in some cases. I don't think she's just another Vault Guardian like some of the previous Void legendaries that we got. I do think that you can get some utility out of her. Especially, I like this. Yeah, I like the buff. I cannot wait for the day when we're gonna have a champion putting it on all of your team. You know, that's gonna be even crazier, and it will happen at some point. I can tell you that. It will happen at some point. Because this is just on one champion, you know? It's great and all that on one champion, but I do think that more powerful champions with this buff will come in the future, and probably they will be mythical, you know? So there we go. No more weak hits. Join in with the ally attack. We broke the ship. EDK came back with quite a bit of HP in there, so we're gonna have to try and get him down this time around if we don't weak hit. This was a long fight, but it's kind of like basically walking you through all of the mechanics to really understand what this champion can do for your team. I feel like the best place to go now is Hydra Clan Boss, guys. We've seen kind of like what we could potentially do with her in Arena. I do think that she will be used. Probably she won't be used extensively because Armans is still a very strong counter to her, you know, to the Poison Cloud buff. But other than that, I think she's gonna be solid. Let's head over to Hydra. So we're gonna go in with this team, guys. I will have increased attack and everything that I need. I'm bringing in the new mythical champion just to take it in for a spin, see what we can do. Now, this new Void Legendary, guys, is gonna be amazing for Hydra. You're gonna get defense down, you're gonna get weaken. It will ignore block debuffs, which is not the most important thing for Hydra. The good thing is that it brings you the debuffs. It brings you the ally attack with the A1 on the champion with the highest crit damage, if you're picking that right. If you're using, for example, Val the Destroyer, if you're using a Quintus, champions that deal disgusting damage with a basic skill, you're going to get massive value out of it. Then, the Head of Mischief is easily countered by this one. So you can put this on whatever champion you guys want. The Head of Mischief will not be able to steal Thermiter, will not be able to steal buffs, because he will always weak hit versus your champions that have these buffs. So it gives you insane control versus the Head of Mischief. Absolutely insane. Just because you're getting all of the extra buffs that the rest of the team might not get them. So let me just quickly walk you through the entire story here, guys. So we're going to do our attacks and all the good stuff. Having decreased attack is massive with her basic skill as well, by the way. So that's not the only thing that's super powerful. I will put all of these buffs on Cardiel. You know, let's give as many buffs to Cardiel as possible, and just watch the Head of Mischief getting smacked in the face. Okay, because he just won't be able to do anything in here. Let's put block buffs on everybody, preferably. Thank you. Right now, I will swap form with the mythical to provoke. When we are over 75% HP, we do not require accuracy, so we can provoke, which is beautiful. And I do slowly want to pick this head down, but first, let's actually do that. I'm gonna put defense down and weaken right now. You see, the Head of Mischief just got baited. He was not able to do anything to my Cardiel because of the Poison Cloud, which is massive. You know, it's definitely an amazing thing. We can increase the duration of the Poison Cloud. So how you probably just noticed, Mikage was able to increase the duration. Now, Plarium confirmed that you cannot spread the buff. I haven't tried it. I'm just basically telling you what Plarium said. You cannot spread it. So let's buff more with Cardiel. If I would have a Krisk in here as a provoker instead of the new mythical, it will be much better. Just for the simple fact that we're going to be able to extend the duration of that buff more and more. And I feel like you can get to a point where you're extending it so much, kind of like the Infinity Shield, and you're making a team with that. So basically you can put it on all of your champions, okay, and just extend it continuously, exactly like the shield teams. Extend it continuously, and then nobody will deal damage, nobody will remove buffs from you, and you're basically going to be unkillable. I'm not sure if this is another thing that Plarium missed, but it's definitely something that you could potentially do. It will take time to build it up from champion to champion. I will need to bring in a Taras. I will need to bring in a Krisk next to Mikage. So I have 3 buff extension champions, a couple of reflex sets, and I can do it. I will do that video for tomorrow. I'm going to make a team like this. Remember it. You've heard it here first, okay? Remember it. You've heard it here first. So let's buff up. I just won't have the time to do it today, even if I want to, unfortunately. This is a nice thing too, so he can put these buffs on him and counterattack. I do hope that Cardiel is still going to be the mischief target. And then he goes and he counterattacks a couple of weak hits here and there. We're losing that Poison Cloud right now, so that's going to be a bit of a problem with the Head of Mischief, because he's going to go for this. Thankfully, the buffs from the new mythical champions cannot be removed or anything like that, so we don't have to worry about the Head of Mischief stealing those buffs. Pardon me. You see, the buffs that he plays himself are not going to get removed, you know. Okay, we got that fear on. I'm definitely gonna try that thing that I just told you. If I can extend it on and on, at least on some of the champions, It's gonna be crazy though. It's definitely gonna be some crazy things for Hydra. Not necessarily that it's gonna boost your damage because it won't, but it will keep your team alive, you know. And I don't think it will make it or break it. It won't break the game, but it will be a fun thing to kind of like see, you know. There we go. So basically, that's kind of like what you can do with her in the Hydra Clan Boss. I do think she's pretty damn nice. I would like to summon her. Not gonna lie on that. I would like to summon her. So we can extend that again. Beautiful. So we got it on for 2 turns now. Weak hit. How are you enjoying those weak hits, Hydra? Because I've got plenty of weak hits against you during all this time since we have the Hydra in game, you know. Weak hit, Head of Mischief. You're never going to get my buffs again. Ally attack, let's put the head down to sleep because he's pestering me. So right now, I want to see if we're using the A1 on her. Is the champion with the highest crit damage going to attack the Head of Mischief or the Head of Rat as being the lowest HP, or is going to go for the decapitated head? So let's see. A1, AoE, of course. And Val the Destroyer goes for the decapitated head. Yes, how I mentioned at the beginning, using Quintus, using Val the Destroyer will really maximize the damage on of a team with her, guys, because basically champions that deal high damage with a basic skill will constantly join her attack when she's using the A1, and that's a very, very good thing. I do want to try this miracle on the other 4 man. Let's see what we can do with him. So let's put those buffs on Cardiel again. Head of Mischief won't be able to do nothing. Now, of course, I could put those buffs on a champion like Val the Destroyer. If I need him to basically get, for example, I don't know, like a lot of buffs for a Heaven Cast, that can be a pretty awesome thing, you know? So this is an AoE attack. I don't have increased attack, so I'm going to go with the A1 first, actually. 387k, not too impressive. Do we have the defense down and weaken available? Thank you. Okay, so we have that on everybody. So Val the Destroyer going in. 2 million damage. 2.4 million damage. I should be able to get that increased attack, hopefully, from Mikage. Not just yet, damn it. I really want to use it. I use the skill. I want to use the skills on the decapitated head. So we got 600k without the increased attack, which is actually nice. So very curious to see again what damage we're getting with the mythical, you know. So Val deals 1.5 million damage with his basic skill. So right now, let's see. So mythical, what are you doing? 761k. Is that it with the increased attack? He did something similar before, right? Okay, so come on, use that A3. That's what I want to see. So we can put that again on Cardiel. Okay, so A3 from the mythical champion. Let's see. 2.2 million. Okay, that's not too bad. That is not too bad. Because initially, I was not very impressed with this champion. I'll be honest. I've already tested him quite a bit. I played around with him in the game, and he felt pretty underwhelming for most of the content. Now, it seems like for Hydra, he does have the potential to deliver a bit of damage, which is nice. 2 million, not too bad, not too bad. He does have a pretty good build, though, so that will make quite a bit of a difference, that's for sure. What about the AoE? 195 on non-decapitated heads. That's not that great, because you have Val the Destroyer that will deal 261, so quite a bit of extra damage, but do keep in mind I have a blessing on Val the Destroyer. I do not have that on the mythical, so funny enough, it seemed to me that the Mischief had less HP than the Head of Rat. Still, I went and attacked the Head of Rat with a basic skill there, with Val the Destroyer. Pretty interesting, right? Or it's not that interesting, maybe. Okay, so let's buff again. I want to take this head down. 700k damage right there. Poison Cloud. This time around, I'm going to put it on Val the Destroyer just to gain some extra buffs. So 371k from our champion. This time around, I don't want to use this one, guys, because I want to put the defense down and weaken before. 441k with A1. Let's put more buffs on the team. Can we have the defense down and weaken, please? Beautiful, beautiful. So we got that up and running. 1.6 million from Val the Destroyer with a basic skill, and that was on a strong affinity head. Then we have the new mythical champion, which will go in as well with the A3. 2.7 million damage. Sold to the highest bidder. We are definitely going to take that, guys. Not too shabby, not too shabby. But I do like the new Void Legendary. I think she's nice. I don't think she's like the most OP champion in the game or anything like that, but I think she's nice, and I really love the design on her. I think she looks awesome. Then let's go with the AoE. Finally, we can see it in action on decapitated heads. Under 1 million on the head of Mischief. You get a provoke, you get him to be a good Mischief target. Other than that, you're not really getting much value out of that one. But that was all for the video, guys. I'm not going to leave the run because I'm not planning to save the key on a test server. It's going to be pretty pointless. The main thing that I wanted to showcase in here were the mechanics. And I do think that Yncensa, she's actually pretty awesome. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Very curious to hear your thoughts as well. Nace, not impressed with him, honestly, for the moment. But I might review him on a different video properly to kind of like focus on him. Much love, appreciate every single one of you guys watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.